goodbye to everybody else. You'll never see them again, regardless. So with that being said, welcome to the world famous jungle cruise, everybody. My name is Skipper Raymond, and I'll be your skipper here for as long as we can get through this jungle here today. For your safety, folks, please remain seated and make sure your hands, arms, feet, and legs are inside the boat at all times. Supervise those children, and please supervise those adults. Now, my friends, over here to your right, you're passing by the first sign of danger right there, so that's exciting. Now, the real danger is going to be quite terrifying because these creatures right over here are what you've been waiting for. Now, they actually travel around here for around 365 days out of the year. That means they never leave. But you know who else doesn't leave? Your very own children, okay? They will cling to your very life for about 18 to 35 years, bleed you dry. But if you don't believe me on that, you can ask my mother on that one. Now, you folks to your left, you can pass by the Himalayan tiger. You'll see Himalayan over there with the crocodiles. You'll see Himalayan over here with the cobras too. Now, if you take a quick gander in the water, there's my dear friend Ginger. Now, she's been snapping at everybody lately. No hard feelings, she's just one tough cookie, so that's a crummy joke right there. Now, moving on, folks, we're going to look at the elephant bathing pools right now. Now, these elephants actually have one thing in common. They all have the trunks on, so go ahead and take as many pictures as you like. Because for once in a lifetime, you actually see the whole herd out today. It's very unheard of on this very occasion. Now, right here, my friends, we do have Big Bertha in the shower there. She's been in there for quite some time. That's what happens when you take a long shower, everybody. You magically turn into an elephant. Now, my friends, see a little bit over here, my buddy Squirts. Now, he's been rather embarrassed about what happened to him a couple of weeks ago. He got turned into an elephant. But all I wanted him to do today was shower you with a bunch of gifts here today in the spirit of the holidays, folks. But I will say, for right now, it's definitely not going to happen anymore. But I have a couple of more surprises for my very dear heart. Now, you'll see right over here on your right-hand side, you got a bunch of monkey business going on around here. And there's a beautiful monkey with a gun right there, so that's exciting. It's very unappealing, folks. Sorry. Now, what they did to my Jeep right there was totally uncalled for. That's you get your engine to turn over, apparently. I didn't get the memo at first. But look right over here at all this plant life all around this. Now, it is growing high in low places. Over here to your right to the hibiscus trees, and on your left, I guess that's the low hibiscus trees. Now, over here we do have a big waterfall coming out. So, if you absolutely despise water rides, well, you can do one thing, folks. You can hang on to your hat because you'll do one thing that you'll never do on any other ride, as that is go over it very much later. Just because for right now, I'm going to be on this here Nile River. Now, this river happens to be the longest river in the entire world. I'm going to show you, my friends, that it goes on for Niles and Niles. But if you don't believe me on that, folks, then you might as well be in disbelief, exactly. Now, my friends, over here to your left-hand side, we're going to look at an African bull elephant. Now, did you know that the African bull elephants here have tremendous short-term memory? Man, I wish I had a memory like that. Now, my friends, over here to your right, we're passing by an African bull elephant right there. Now, did you know that the African bull elephants here have tremendous short-term memory? Man, I wish I had a memory like that. Now, we're entering the African belts. You'll see a lot of living things roaming about here. For example, you'll see zebras, wildebeest, those giraffes, and you'll see a zebra that's flying around, of course, resting in peace right there. Yeah, I like to think of the positive and just say it's sleeping. And we're going to look right over here at Skipper Felix. Now, he's definitely in a very delicate situation in what we call a buttload of trouble. Now, the rhinos, of course, like to get their point across in the very end, so it could have been worse for Skipper Felix. He actually could have ended up like a zebra. Yeah, by the way, everybody, that zebra is dead, so I just want to let you know right now that it's dead tired, of course. Well, over here, folks, we do have the hippos right now. Now, they actually show signs of aggression and signs of affection, so I can never get that straight, ladies and gents, but I'm going to try my very best here to just scare them off here. So, everybody, cover your ears, please. Well, that's a surefire way to scare them stiff, I guess. Now, that boat back there, I'm sure, raised a lot of questions, and you're probably wondering why that boat is practically underwater. Well, it was a sinking experience earlier, and it was definitely one that I don't like to talk about. My passage is beneath me right there. And right over here, folks, you got a bit of a chimp ride going on, but I'll give you a stern warning right now, folks. Yeah, they are not very well qualified to drive that boat. But don't worry, folks, we try to sell that boat for around half price, I believe. But over here, folks, we do have the chimpanzee right over here. So that's Maggie. And I believe she has a lot of butterflies right now. Nothing likes to bug her, of course. Now, up ahead, folks, we got that moment you've all been waiting for. Now, it is none other than the the colossal, the stupendous, the miraculous, and the eighth wonder of the world. It is none other than the backside of water. O2H, 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 O2H. Yeah, that was everybody's gonna give me a reaction or something. That's that's both chemistry. Yeah, but based on that reaction, might have not passed chemistry your first time, but that's okay. We're in the same boat there, but I just wanted to teach you a very valuable lesson. That once you're back to civilization, my friends, you just got to learn to be in your element sometimes and be periodical with one another. Because if you don't build chemistry in that python, I will say that's the worst type of chemistry to be a part of, because it will definitely develop a huge crush on you, no pun intended. It's just a constricting relationship right there. So if you get wrapped up in their mess and entangled in all their business, well, I just want to let you know right now, it is a crushing feeling being around them. So my friends, final stop of this grand tour is not other than Trader Sam's gift shop. So if you want to take home any souvenirs, I would advise you to check back at a different store. The prices here are bananas, so I don't want you to spend your hard-earned money at these prices here. But I just want to address the elephant in the room, of course, and it's Ellie right there. Now, she's got over a cold she had recently, so if you still think it's water in there, well, I'm trying to tell you it's not. But, my friends, thank you so much for joining me on the world-famous Jungle Cruise, and congratulations on surviving. Go ahead and give yourself a round of applause, my friend, because out of all the boats I've taken out here today, you've been the most recent. So, with that being said, my friends, please maintain at all times. Make sure your hands, arms, feet, legs are inside the boat, my friends. And I want you all to supervise your children. And children, please, please supervise your adults. Now, my friends, there is a dock on the left and a dock on the right. I must inform you right now, that's what we call a paradox. So, if you have any, any hanging body parts outside the boat that you get scratched up on that dock, well, that's a lot of peer pressure right there. So I just want to advise you right now, before we reach that paradox, that you have all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat at all times. Because I don't want you to get a jungle bruise in the jungle cruise, okay? That's just not good for the paperwork there. Now, my friends, did you all have a good time here today? Yes, no, maybe so? Yeah. Well, this guy's dozing off right now, so I don't think... No, he looked at me with his eyes closed. Am I boring you, sir? No. Don't worry, no worries. You'll be outstanding somewhere else, okay? Yeah. You've been outstanding here, though. Yeah, thank you for doing that. All right, friends. I must admit this trip was a bit strange, I think. It might have been a bit odd, okay? So if you look across the street, my friends, you'll find something a little bizarre, but you have to wait and see what's in store for you, of course. But my friends, they did call a double, so we get to go again. So you'll hear me ramble on a second time. Now, my friends, I would hate to do that to myself and to you folks, so from the bottom of my khaki-colored heart, do me this huge